don't have to head halfway around the world to travel. So many people completely ignore the country that they live in when planning their travels, but there is so much to see closer to home. Need convincing? Here are 7 reasons why we should consider exploring our own countries. First, you'll reduce your carbon footprint. Dependent on how large your country is and how far you are planning on traveling, you can completely alleviate the need to travel by plane. Your travels will have much less of an impact on the environment if you travel by train to reach your destination. You'll also make more of the actual journey, being able to admire scenery, rather than clouds, out of the window. Second, you'll see your country with fresh eyes. It's easy to become complacent and perhaps even bored of the place where you live. But if you spend time traveling in your own country, you will discover a new appreciation for your surroundings. Third, you'll learn more about your heritage. One of the main attractions of traveling is to discover and understand other cultures, but sometimes you need to look a little closer to home. Do you know everything about your own country's heritage and history? If not, you'd be surprised at how interesting it is. Plan a few trips to cultural centers, historical landmarks, or interesting museums not that far from home to gain new knowledge about your own heritage. Fourth, you can plan more trips. You may not have time to travel to far-flung destinations every month, but you'll find it much easier to plan several overnight trips or weekend stays closer to home. Exploring your own country is perfect for anyone with a busy workload who doesn't have as much time to travel. But it's also ideal for last-minute getaways that require little planning. You could visit friends who live in another city, or perhaps head into the countryside for an off-grid weekend in a cozy cottage, all perfectly feasible at a moment's notice. Fifth, you'll save money. It's much more affordable to simply hop in the car and drive to your destination, rather than booking expensive flights months in advance. You also know all the tricks for taking advantage of happy hour prices, discounts and offers, so you're less likely to get sucked into expensive tourist traps. You could even forego accommodation costs by planning your local travels around visiting friends across the country. Sixth, you speak the language. Nothing will get lost in translation when you travel in your own country, making everything from navigating to reading menus and booking accommodation a lot easier. This takes a lot of the stress out of traveling and allows you to have a much more relaxed experience, knowing that you don't have to brush up on your language skills before booking your trip. And lastly, you'll find it easier to get around. If you own a car, you can simply drive to your destination and enjoy the ease of getting around and exploring without having to hire a car or figure out the local public transport. Even if you don't drive and have traveled by train, you'll already know and understand how the transport system works. Have the appropriate taxi apps on your phone and have a general understanding of how to get around. Be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. Jennifer Lee. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.